What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Buzzyman. Come back at y'all with another reaction video. Today we got most painful NFL injuries of all time. I decided to I decided to react to this one because the NBA season ended yesterday. I did see that not the Pacers, but OKC won. I was trying to do the reactions, bro, of every game, but once I got to like game 5 or game 6, uh my videos actually started getting flagged and I couldn't even upload them. It literally said it was blocked. Like I couldn't even get a view or anything from it. So I did see what was going on. I was trying to keep up with it, like content wise and on the channel, but yeah, my shit got blocked. But anyway, I decided to go ahead and react to this video for the future of the NFL season, man. Let's go ahead and get it.
Damar Hamlin, cardiac arrest. In one of the
Yeah,
most
he probably gonna
terrifying
be on
scenes
here
in
for
NFL
a long
history,
time.
Bills safety Damar
He damn near
Hamlin
died on the
collapsed
field, bro.
mid-game after making a tackle during a
Facts.
Monday Night Football matchup. The scene was total chaos. Damar stood up briefly before falling backward lifeless, and CPR was performed for nearly 9 minutes on the field. Damar was given a defibrillator before being rushed to the hospital with cardiac arrest. Doctors
That's
later said
scary.
his heart had to be restarted on site. The emotional trauma rippled across the league. Players wept, the game was canceled, and for the first time in modern NFL history, death felt moments away. Miraculously, Hamlin recovered and returned to play in
No, I'm glad he's
2023,
still
but the
alive,
event
bro.
remains one of the
That shit
most
sad,
harrowing
bro.
moments in league history.
Like
Joe
football is a little
Theismann,
kids game,
compound
bro.
leg
People been playing
fracture.
that game since they
Joe
were little
Theismann's
kids, bro.
leg snapped like a twig under the weight of Lawrence
Ooh,
Taylor, and it changed NFL history. During a Monday Night Football
shit.
game, Theismann was sacked by Taylor and Harry Carson, fracturing both the tibia and fibula in his lower right leg. One of the
Oh my
bones
god.
pierced right through his skin. A
Oh,
compound
it came through
fracture
his
so
skin?
gruesome, the broadcast never showed a replay. He never played again, retiring with
Yeah, I bet he did.
25,206 career passing yards and 160 touchdowns. Theismann later said he felt a burning sensation and saw his foot pointing the wrong direction. The emotional
Oh,
devastation of
Lord.
having his career end instantly and so violently made this one of the most traumatic injuries the NFL has ever seen. Alex Smith, compound fracture and infection. Alex
Oh, I
Smith's
seen this.
injury wasn't
That
just
was terrible.
painful, it nearly killed him. In 2018, he broke both his tibia and fibula after being sacked by J.J. Watt and Kareem Jackson. Then came the nightmare that followed. A flesh-eating bacterial infection developed
Mmm.
post-surgery, leading to 17 total procedures and fears of amputation. He lost over 30% of the muscle in his right leg and spent nearly 2 years in recovery. Before the injury, he had 35,650 career passing yards and 199 total touchdowns.
Damn.
Against all odds, Smith somehow returned in 2020 and won Comeback Player of the Year, but his leg will never be the same, and doctors still call it a medical miracle. Johnny Knox, fractured vertebrae. Johnny Knox's injury was
Ooh.
painful in every imaginable way. In a
His
2011
neck.
game against Seattle, he fumbled, dove for the ball, and was hit head on by Anthony Hargrove. The impact bent his spine backwards and immediately
That's
fractured a
sad, man.
vertebrae, requiring spinal fusion surgery. He lost 35 pounds, needed help walking, and never played again, retiring at just 25 years old. Before the injury, he had
Damn, bro. That's so young, bro. That's
1,728
still damn
career
near a
receiving
kid,
yards
bro.
in less than 3 seasons,
25 is
and had
not that
just made
old,
the
bro.
Pro
You
Bowl
just
the year
now really
prior.
got out of
Watching a
high school
promising
and shit,
career
for
end
real.
in real time without warning made this a heartbreaking moment for fans and players alike. Tua Tagovailoa, concussions. Few injuries are as mentally terrifying as head trauma, and Tua's 2022 season was a masterclass in mishandling them. After being visibly shaken
I
in
still
week
think he
3,
need to
he returned the
stop.
same
I'm
game
gonna be
only to be
real.
concussed again 4 days later against the
I think he
Bengals.
need to
Slammed
stop. I
backward,
hope that
Tua's
don't ever happen
fingers
to him
locked
again. I
in the
hope Tua
fencing
never receive
position,
another
a
concussion in his
neurological
life, bro.
sign of severe brain trauma.
But
He was
look at that
taken
man's
off on a
hands, bro.
stretcher and diagnosed with a concussion, his second in 5 days. He missed multiple games, and his career was put in jeopardy. While he returned in 2023 and posted a league-leading 4,624 passing yards, the fear remains. One more hit could end it all for him.
That's
Kevin
all I'm saying.
Everett,
He get one
spinal
more,
cord
bro. He got to
injury.
be done,
Kevin
bro.
Everett's injury was the definition of life-threatening. On a routine tackle during the 2007 season opener, he hit his head and immediately collapsed.
I didn't even see
Doctors
what happened.
diagnosed a dislocation and fracture of his C3 and C4 vertebrae with a high likelihood
Wait, they
of
hitting it?
permanent paralysis. The
No.
initial prognosis was grim. He'd never walk again. Yet through early cooling treatments and
No.
rapid surgery, Everett beat the odds and regained movement in his legs.
Oh,
His
thank you.
NFL career ended after just 12
Thank you.
catches for 137 yards, but walking again became the victory that mattered most.
Thank
Dennis
you.
Bird,
Facts.
broken neck. Dennis Bird's story is one of tragedy turned into triumph. Playing for the Jets in 1992, he attempted to sack Chiefs QB Dave Krieg, but collided headfirst with a teammate, fracturing his C5 vertebra. The injury left him paralyzed, and doctors believed he might never walk. Bird defied expectations,
Not bad to
undergoing
bad. Please, come
intense
on.
rehab and walking again within months. He
Thank you.
retired with 28
That's a
sacks, and
W,
while he
bro.
never played again, his
I'm not
jersey
gonna
was
lie, bro.
later
If y'all play
retired by the
football, bro,
Jets.
take
The
care of
psychological
yourselves,
pain
bro.
of losing a career was
Like
deep,
football is
but Bird's
definitely
strength
a
in
dangerous
reclaiming his
sport, bro.
body
Go
made
out
him a
there with
legend
intention and
beyond
know what you
football.
gonna do, bro,
Chuck
and
Hughes,
try to take care of
on-field
yourself,
death.
man.
Chuck Hughes
I
collapsed
know a
with under
game that can
2
seem
minutes
so
left of the game
violent and
against
all
the
the time,
Bears
but
and never
just take
got
care of
up. He
yourself.
died of a heart attack on the field, becoming
Wait,
the
what?
only NFL player to end field death. Claiming his body made him a legend beyond football.
Hold on, I had to
Chuck
rewind. I'm sorry.
Hughes, on-field death. Chuck Hughes collapsed with under 2 minutes left in a game against the Bears and never got up. He died of a heart
No.
attack on the field, becoming the only NFL player to die during a game. The autopsy revealed advanced heart disease, despite Hughes being just 28 and seemingly healthy. He had complained of
Damn.
chest pains early in their season, but tests failed to reveal anything. The emotional shock rippled across the league. Lions teammates stood frozen as medics rushed in. Hughes had just 15 catches for 262 yards in his career, but his name lives on as a sobering reminder of football's fragility. Darryl Stingley, paralyzing spinal injury. In a 1978 preseason game, Darryl
Damn,
Stingley
bro.
went up for a pass and was
Oh,
crushed midair by
shit.
Jack Tatum, a hit that left him paralyzed from the neck down. The impact fractured his fourth and fifth cervical vertebrae and compressed his spinal cord. He regained limited movement in one arm, but remained a quadriplegic until his death in 2007. Before the
Damn,
injury,
man.
Stingley had
RIP,
posted
man.
1,883 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns in 5 seasons.
Take
The
care of
emotional
yourself,
toll
bro, on that
extended beyond
football
the field.
field, bro.
Stingley never held resentment publicly, but the league changed
Damn.
its rules on dangerous hits in large part because
Yeah,
of
they
it. It
needed
was
to
one of
do
the
that.
NFL's darkest wake-up calls. Rashad Johnson, severed finger. Rashad Johnson's injury was bizarre, gory, and shockingly painful. In a 2013 game against the Saints, he tackled Darren Sproles and noticed his hand profusely bleeding. When he removed his glove, the tip of his left middle finger was entirely gone. The bone had to
What?
be shaved down and the wound was stitched closed, leaving him permanently disfigured. Incredibly, Johnson returned 3 weeks later and finished the season with 58 tackles and 3 interceptions. It may not have ended his career, but the sheer trauma of
Fuck
watching
that. I
part
ain't
of your
coming back
finger
for the rest of the
disappear
season.
mid-game left a
Hell nah,
lasting
nigga.
scar. Tim Crumry,
Hell
broken
nah.
leg in the Super Bowl. Bengals defensive tackle Tim Crumry suffered a brutal broken leg in the Super Bowl while trying to tackle 49ers running back Roger Craig. His leg twisted beneath him, breaking both the tibia and fibula,
Ooh.
visible to millions watching live.
His
He
leg was,
carted
like,
off
literally
with an air
folded.
cast and yet returned the following season. Crumley played 6 more years and never missed a game after. But the pain of being removed from the biggest game of his life after just 2 drives never faded. It is still one of the most iconic injuries in Super Bowl history. Destry
Damn, I
Wright,
didn't even know that one.
dislocated ankle and
I'm
broken
seeing a
leg.
lot of these for the
Steelers
first
running
time,
back
bro.
Destry Wright's injury in a 2000 preseason game was a stomach-turning affair. His right leg twisted unnaturally, with his foot pointing upward while he lay face down in the turf. The injury included a broken fibula and a dislocated ankle. He never played another snap in the NFL. Though it was only preseason, the visuals were enough to
Damn.
haunt fans and players. It ended what could have been a promising career before it even started. Zach Miller,
Oh, he started out
torn
coaching though.
artery and
That's W, bro. He
dislocated
stayed
knee.
with the love
Bears
of the
tight end
game, bro.
Zach
I
Miller
can
suffered
respect
one of
that
the
shit, bro.
most
For
unique
real.
and dangerous injuries ever when he
He ain't
dislocated
just
his
give
knee on a
up
touchdown
entirely
catch that
with
was
football.
ultimately overturned. The injury tore his popliteal artery, cutting off blood flow to his entire leg. Emergency vascular surgery saved it from amputation, but Miller underwent 9 surgeries and never played again. He had 1,631 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns before the injury. While
I
his
think I
leg was
remember
saved,
him.
his NFL career was not.
Yeah,
Reggie
like
Brown,
on one of those Maddens, he
spinal
was like
cord
tough.
contusion. Linebacker Reggie Brown collapsed during a game against the Jets after making a tackle in the final game of his rookie season. Trainers performed CPR in the field as he had stopped breathing due to the contusion. He was rushed to the hospital and stabilized, but never returned to football. Brown had only played 16 career games, but had been a rising star in the Lions defense. His injury highlighted the razor-thin line between playing and paralysis. Napoleon McCallum, hyperextended knee and nerve damage.
Mm.
Raiders running back Napoleon McCallum suffered one of the most grotesque knee injuries ever in a Monday night game against the 49ers. His knee hyperextended so violently that it severed ligaments and tore his artery and nerve tissue. He was immediately
Ooh,
carted off and never returned to
that's
the NFL.
nasty,
The
bro.
visuals were so disturbing that broadcasters completely avoided replays.
I'm gonna
McCallum
be
had
real though, bro. I would
790
rather
career
have
rushing
any of
yards,
these
but the
injuries,
injury
bro,
ended
other than
any hope
fucking
of
getting
building back. The
paralyzed, bro.
nerve
I'm
damage
sorry.
made walking a long-term challenge,
Paralyzed is
let alone
crazy,
running.
dog.
Bryce Paup, nerve injury and spinal trauma. In a game against the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Bryce Paup suffered a spinal cord contusion that left him temporarily unable to move his arms or legs. The injury stemmed from a hit that compressed his neck and triggered a burning sensation down his spine, what doctors
Damn.
call neuropraxia. While he eventually regained movement and avoided paralysis, Paup admitted the sensation of temporary paralysis was psychologically shattering. Before the injury, he had 75 career sacks and was the 1995 NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Though he returned to play, he was never the same, and the fear of total immobility lingered every time he stepped onto the field. If you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll like this next one too.
Hey man, if y'all enjoyed that video right there, I know that was actually not even a little. That was a lot of gruesome. A lot of those injuries. That was my first time like actually ever even hearing of those injuries for real, bro. And like I said, bro, if you a young football player, older football player, bro, just make sure, like I said, y'all just take care of yourselves and just play with your head a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know you can't really guarantee what goes on out there, but I say just try your best to stay safe, man. If y'all enjoyed that video, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, and we out.